A very good morning. My name is Gunasegaran and I am from SMK Sultan Abdul Samad Petaling Jaya with the code BEB8657. So today I'm going to talk about one of my most cherished books from my book collection, which is The Maze Runner. The Maze Runner is a novel written by a famous author James Dashner, who is well known for his fictional adventure stories. At the moment of its release, The Maze Runner was a best-selling novel throughout the globe. This really piqued my interest and led me to finally purchasing this book. This was also adapted into a major motion picture which was directed by Wes Ball. As soon as I started reading this book, I got addicted to the story and was mesmerized by the concept of it and the so-called world created in this story. The story begins with Thomas, a young teenage boy who wakes up in an elevator and is in a field surrounded by strangers. At first he feels scared and confused, but later on the strangers explain to him that they are surrounded in a maze and which is filled with deadly creatures called grievers. Later on, Thomas slowly becomes comfortable with his surroundings and starts helping the group to survive and gather resources. However, a few days later, a girl emerges from the elevator. This was quite a surprise since there have been no other girls in the maze before this. She came with a message stating that Thomas was the key to their survival and the only way to escape. Well, with this newfound information, Thomas gathered a group of survivors and ventured into the maze. After fighting and sacrifice after sacrifice, they finally managed to escape and was rescued by a group of unidentified people. But as how all good stories have to end, there's a slight plot twist in the end which hints to the upcoming books in the series, which are the Scorch Trials, the Dead Cure, and the Kill Order. Well, there are some moral aspects and life lessons that can be learned from this story. One of it is teamwork. Thomas and his friends could not have escaped from the maze if it weren't for teamwork. They set their differences aside and worked together to defeat all the grievers and eventually escape from the maze. Well, other than that, there's also the characteristics of the protagonist of the story, which is Thomas. He's courageous, brave, and makes rational decisions very quickly, which are all leadership skills that could be applied in our daily life. But the story as a whole could be used as a metaphor for our life. The fact that Thomas is placed into this random scenario unexpectedly with no warning at all is a reflection on how our life gives us random challenges and we have to endure and not give up and work together to solve it and eventually escape and succeed in our life. There's also the loyal aspect, which is where his friends such as Newt and Minho are all loyal to Thomas and always support him in each decision he makes. Well, that's the summary of this book, one of my most favorite books, The Maze Runner. If you haven't read this book yet, I highly suggest that you do. It has 371 pages and it's a really remarkable story, and the arc of each character is almost beautiful. And yes, that's it. Thank you.